Started out so innocent, everything was simple and so plain. She was in a doorway and I was walking nowhere down Main. She whispered something softly, stepped into the light. When you get me out, she said, I'm a little lost tonight. One day love just hits you with a flash. Lights go off around you like some photograph. Said her bag was stolen, all they left her was the camera on her arm. Told me she was new in town, only 2 weeks off the farm. Oh, why did I believe her? Heaven only knows. One look in her eyes and all my resolution goes. One day love just hits you with a flash, leaves you staring blindly like some photograph. Pictures of two fools laughing at the world, smiling as only good luck does. Truth is you're not even looking at me, girl. And all the time I was falling in, you kept on stalling, sizing up how big a fool I was.
There was a long time where the Jim and Greg question came up, you know, tell us about your relationship with Greg. Tell us about your relationship with Greg. What's Greg like? Tell us about Greg. And then of course during the solo records, then it really came up a lot, especially when we got back together and worked. And then it's kind of dissipated. Now I think that maybe just going solo and establishing our separate entities, we're no longer thought of as Rowan and Martin and Lewis, you know, so they don't think of us individually, and so I haven't been asked a question about Greg in a long time.
They're not much of a partnership in the sense of their songs are very separate. They're very much a partnership when it comes to editing, because, like I said, they're not afraid to criticize each other's, you know, lyrics, or, oh, you don't need to say that again, or you shouldn't start with that line. Things that they don't get offended by any of that kind of exchange.
I didn't sing it out too much. It's pretty contained.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's nicer, I think, some of it's just a little more. Yeah. I wouldn't mind taking another shot at the solo, I think.
Yeah, the solo's a bit.
It's just the sound is too dark.
Yeah, it should explode. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that it should explode. It just should hang in the track better.
Jim comes in with more complete things, like here's the way I want it to sound. You play it along with him once or twice, and you basically have what you're going to put on record. Greg can come in with very much the half-finished picture, and it's up to us to help him finish it. And I appreciate both, whatever role I'm given in that. I'm more than happy to help Greg, because I enjoy that process as well. Get those three strings and that F together. So it's like a G, right? Jim can sometimes come in with a song where I feel like, well, you could have got anybody to play on this. It's just so easy. Any bass player off the street, come on in, you have an hour? Here's this song. And it works on that level. And then other things we really struggle with.
I have made so many mistakes. Now I live on a street called shame. But the sins are the sweetest part. Now no one's left to blame. I found out that I have a taste for the bitter fruit of life. And all through this night.
How do you like Greg's songs on this record?
Oh, I like Greg's songs always. I think once you work with somebody for a long time, that you don't, you go beyond the point of liking the song, not liking the song. You get frustrated sometimes by what the person is trying to say or what they're not saying, and then sometimes you're delighted by when they break out of some mold that they've been in. But I think these songs have all taken on a really unique character.
Can you hear me now? Calling to you. Can you hear me now? Calling to you.
At the point at which we really started to work harder at being songwriters, I think that's the point at which we stopped being each other's critic. And we would give help and support when it was asked for or when it seemed needed. But not, I've had opportunity to say, some things to Greg about how, well, maybe this song isn't working or something. And inevitably I've then said, I'm not comfortable saying that. I think you should. I don't think you want to put an obstacle in front of another artist's way. They're doing things, I believe that Greg is doing everything that he wants to do. And so that I would support that.
I don't know if I'll ever be completely comfortable with myself no matter what I am. I think there's always sort of something tugging at me in some direction or another that isn't the place that I actually am at. I don't think anything's ever been a relief. When I listen back to the take of Bitter Fruit, I go, wow, I'm very happy about that. It sort of touched all the bases that I wanted to and went further than I thought it was going to. Just entered into a place that, whoa, that's beautiful. Yes, I'm calling to you. Yes, I'm calling to you.
It's very much a collaboration, but it's also known that the songwriter has final say on his song. But, having said that, they're pretty accepting of fairly aggressive opinions, at times. Like, even if they're like, no, this is my song, I think it should be like this. If someone really gets in their face about something and really feels passionate about it, they'll check it out, and that's good. Because you never know if an idea is happening or not until you try it.
So between Jim and Greg, you just have two individuals with unique styles that have somehow created a relationship between themselves where they blend at the edges but remain stylistically unique. I don't know. It's like one of them band things. It works.
Blue Rodeo is Jim and Greg singing and Jim and Greg writing. And it would be unwise to change that.
Our bitches are two fools laughing at the world, smiling as only good luck does. Truth is, you're not even looking at me, girl. And all the time I was falling in, you kept on stalling, sizing up how big a fool I was. I woke up in the morning, I don't think that I had been asleep too long. The room was big and empty, I could see that all my clothes and money were gone. I've run out of excuses, people I can blame. And if she ever asked me to, I'd do it all again. One day love just hits
honky
Thank you very
tonkin'.
much.